Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Georgetown High School. For tonight's ball game, the Georgetown Eagles in their home district opener welcome in the Marble Falls Mustangs. For tonight's ball game, I'm Wally Harmon here with the call the ball game. Last night, the Eagles victorious on the road to open up district play against the Glen Grizzlies. A 5-2 win for the Eagles. Coach Vieira, before the game, kind of chat with him. I said, good ball game. He said, some things to work on. One inning is what the Glen Grizzlies really got a hold of there. A couple of base hits. A fielder's choice on a bunt scores one of those 2 runs. And so, but then give credit where credit is due. In my opinion, Wade Denton comes in the 5th inning, pitches 3 innings of flawless baseball, 9 up, 9 down, and closed it out for the Georgetown Eagles. They come back in the 7th inning, and the Eagles put up 3 more runs in the top of the 7th, 2 more runs in the top of the 7th to make it a 3-run lead, and they come away victorious. 5-2 was your score. The standings after one game: 4 teams undefeated in district play, 4 teams without a win. Cedar Park, Georgetown, Rouse, and Liberty Hill all victorious. Liberty Hill won over Eastview last night. Georgetown beat Glen. Cedar Park beat this Marble Falls Mustangs team in 9 innings, 2 extra innings, 1-0. Quite the ball game I read about today on one of the reports that were out. That the Marble Falls Mustangs played a good game and just came up short, and Cedar Park won it at home in the bottom of the 9th inning, 1-0. And then the Rouse Raiders were victorious over the Leander Lions. The Georgetown Eagles come into the ball game 10-1 overall on the season, 1-0 in district play. The game tonight here against the Marble Falls Mustangs, who come in 4-5 on the year and 0-1 in district play. The Marble Falls Mustangs head coach is Tyler Porter. Assistant coaches Code Remore, Clint Anderson, and Andrew Landon. For your Georgetown Eagles, head coach is the alumnus of Georgetown. That's Jordan Vieira in his 7th year at Georgetown as a coach, 3rd year as the head coach, running the show here for the Georgetown Eagles. He's assisted by Chad Payne, David Durrell, Robert Hom, and Perry Johnson. Next ball game up for your Marble Falls Mustangs is a big one. It is on the 22nd of March next week, and that's going to be against Eastview here at home at Georgetown. There will be a 7 o'clock first pitch, 6:45 pregame, but it is First Responder Night, Military First Responder Appreciation Night, March 22nd here at Eagle Field. All veterans, service members, first responders get in free. So please come out and be honored by this Eagle baseball program. It was emphasized to me last night as the Grizzlies and the Eagles finished up that they want to be able to recognize and thank first responders and military members out there on the 22nd. And what a better way than to crosstown rivals. The Eastview Patriots will be in town. The Battle of the San Gabriel, version 1 of the baseball year here at Eagle Field. And so come join us on that night, March the 22nd. And the Eagles and Patriots go at it on First Responder United States Military Appreciation Night here at Eagle Field. The starting lineup for the Marble Falls Mustangs. Leading things off, playing shortstop, number 11, Jake Carter. Batting second and playing center field, number 12, Evan Nikowski. Batting third and playing right field, number 13, Kel Cochran. Batting cleanup and playing third base, number 14, John Zamarippa. Batting fifth and catching, number 4, Isaias Roman. Batting sixth and on the mound, number 10, Jake Becker. Batting seventh and playing left field for the Mustangs is number 5, Bryce Atkinson. Batting eighth and playing first base is number 8, Brady Elwartowski. And batting ninth and playing second base for the Marble Falls Mustangs is number 17, Kyle Curtis. So for the Mustangs, the top third of the lineup, Carter, Nikowski, and Cochran. The middle third is Zamarippa, Roman, and Becker. And the bottom third, Atkinson, Elwartowski, and Curtis. We're going to take a timeout. We're going to let them prepare for the national anthem. Then we'll come back with the starting lineup of your Georgetown Eagles. And then we'll be ready for first pitch. Thanks for joining us on SHN. Stay tuned. Eagle baseball just around the corner here on SHN. Change of plans. They're going to introduce the starting lineup, so we'll go ahead with the starting lineup for your Georgetown Eagles. Leading off tonight and playing shortstop is number 21, the junior Eli Harmon. Batting second and catching, number 19, Zachary Mozik. Batting third and playing second, number 2, EJ Davis. Batting cleanup tonight, the designated hitter, number 6, Landon Heil. Batting fifth, playing first base, number 25, Reese Bell. Batting sixth, playing third base, number 5, Logan Smith. Batting seventh and playing right field, number 3, Ty Klaus Kissamore. Kissamore in right field tonight. Batting eighth and playing left field, number 4, Wade Denton. Denton in left field. And batting ninth and playing center field, number 16, Andon Petty. Petty in center field, batting ninth. On the mound for the Eagles tonight is a senior pitcher, number 10, Jacob Haddon. Jacob will be on the mound. Last night he played right field for the Eagles. He steps on the mound tonight for the Eagles. Tonight the Eagles wearing a different jersey. They're in the white with blue pinstripes pants and then the yellow jerseys. Lace it up on the back above the Georgetown blue numerals. Eagles across the front. And now we'll have the national anthem be back for the start of the ballgame. You're listening to Eagle Baseball on SHN. And the Georgetown Eagles warming it up defensively for the Eagles across your infield. Smith at third, Hellman shortstop, Davis at second base, and Reese Bell at first. Left field will be Wade Denton. Haddon is on the mound. Petty in center field, and Klaus Kissamore in right field. Behind the plate, your senior catcher, Zachary Mozik. And on the mound, Jacob Haddon. He steps in to take the mound tonight as the pitcher for the Eagles, the lefty, warming up in the windup. Coming up for the Marble Falls Mustangs, the 1, 2, and 3 hitters, Carter, Nikowski, and Cochran will lead things off for the Mustangs. Mazzock's throw down, the Eagles ready to go. Coach Porter heads down to third base. Jake Carter, the shortstop, steps in from the right side. He'll lead things off here in the top of the first. Haddon from the windup fires the first pitch of the game. Fouled back into the screen for strike one. Jake Carter being aggressive here early. For the Mustangs. Second pitch taken for strike two. And Haddon quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. Here to Carter. The 0-2 pitch. Drive right back up the middle. Past the diving second baseman. Davis unable to get to it. And Jake Carter leads things off with a single for the Mustangs. Leadoff batter aboard. First hit of the ball game, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Evan Nikowski. Number 12, he'll step in from the right side for the Mustangs. Nikowski, a sophomore. First pitch, swinging. Missed for strike one. Haddon from the stretch, takes a look, fires home. The 0-1 pitch, fouled off back to the screen. Quickly ahead, 0-2 now to Nikowski. Got our center field camera up and working. We're working on some things here. It's the first home game of the season for us. And we're going to try to bring you different angles, different things to make things look as best as possible. Haddon delivers the 0-2 pitch just off the outside corner for ball one. 1-2 the count now. Jake Carter started off with the base hit up the middle. Past the diving Davis at second base. Haddon comes set in the stretch, and he'll go to first. Carter back to the bag safely. 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the top of the first inning. Marble Falls here tonight on the road to take on the Eagles here at Eagle Field. Haddon comes home. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And Haddon records his first strikeout of the ball game. First out for the Mustangs. That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, this right fielder, number 13, Kel Cochran. Throw back over to first base. Carter safely back in. Reese Bell holds him on there at first base. 1 out. Haddon will go back over. Carter kind of hesitated, then gets back to the base safely. Kel Cochran from the right side waits for the first pitch. Here it comes, and it's a ground ball down the third base line, but it goes foul over towards the Eagle dugout. Smith grabs it, throws it into Haddon. 0-1 the count. To Kel Cochran. 1 out here in the top of the first. Carter with a good lead. Haddon will go home. The 0-1 pitch in there for strike two. Haddon worked ahead of all 3 batters here he's faced so far for the Mustangs. 0-2. Carter got on the next pitch for a base hit. Carter takes off running, swing and a miss for the strikeout. The throw down, not going to be in time. Jake Carter still second. But Kel Cochran strikes out, the second strikeout victim of the night for Haddon. And the second out here in the inning. Coach Vieira out to talk about batter interference there as the batter swung and then kind of stepped right in front of Mazick like he was going to run down. And it is not interference there. So now Jake Carter down at second base on the stolen base. 2 outs. And the cleanup hitter, John Zamarripa, the third baseman, steps in from the right side. Haddon turns around and fires back towards second base. Carter in safely there. Davis covering the back, throws it back, and now Zamarripa steps in, number 14 for the Mustangs. So appreciative. They took off the warm-ups. They had the same color of numbers. Now they have the white numbers, so it's easier to see from up here. Zamarripa in the box. The first pitch to him, swing and a miss. For strike one, 0-1 to count. They came out for warm-ups and had the purple warm-ups with the purple lettering with just a white outline and purple numbers with the white outline. And so very hard to see as the sun sets here. Cloudy night. Now they have the jerseys on with the white numerals. Davis fakes back towards second. Head and takes a look. He'll fire home. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball up the third base line. Here comes Smith. He fires over to Bell at first base. 5-3 on the putout. And the Mustangs go down. No runs, one hit, no errors, and one runner left on base. After half an inning, it's still scoreless. Be back for the bottom of the first. The Eagles due up. Hellman. I apologize. I lost it. I apologize. I want to go back to it. Where did my camera, where'd it go? Hellman, Mazik, and Davis will lead things off in the bottom of the first for your Eagles. Back with more Eagle baseball in just a moment. Georgetown Eagles will bring up the top three in the lineup. Hellman, Mazik, and Davis here in the bottom of the first inning. Defensively for Marble Falls on the infield, Zamarripa at third, Carter at short, Curtis at second, Elwartowski over at first base, Atkinson in left, Nikowski in center, and Cochran in right field. Behind the plate is Roman, and on the mound for the Marble Falls Mustangs is number 10, Jake Becker. Becker, the right-handed pitcher. Start things off for the Mustangs here in the bottom of the first. Hellman comes into the ball game with a .439 batting average. He'll lead things off for the Eagles. The laced it up yellow jerseys for the Eagles tonight with the pinstripe pants, white with blue pinstripe pants, white socks with the blue stirrups, and the Georgetown blue helmets. Lettering, Eagles across the front in that Georgetown blue, outlined in white, numbers on the back, and lace it up in blue, outlined in white. The Mustangs have the gray pants on tonight with the purple jersey tops. Mustangs across the front of the jerseys in white, numerals in white on the front and back of the Mustang jerseys. Hellman will step in from the right side to lead things off for the Eagles tonight. From one hit allowed in the top of the first inning, and that was it. Haddon working well. Had 2 strikeouts and then worked a ground out to the third baseman from Zamarripa. Hellman steps in from the right side. Becker will work from the stretch. Comes set, the first pitch. Hellman swing and a miss. 0-1 the count to the junior shortstop, Eli Hellman. Becker back set, the 0-1 pitch. Just inside, evens out at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike. Becker sent the 1-1 pitch and driven right up the middle. Becker got out of the way. That base hit right up the middle all the way to center field. Hellman rounds first, but he'll come back. A leadoff single. So the Eagles answer with a leadoff single of their own here in the bottom of the first. And Hellman down at first base, and that brings up your catcher, number 19, the senior, Zachary Mazik. Mazik will step in from the left side. That's Coach Vieira down at third base. Gives out the signals. Mazik steps out, gathers himself back in from the left side. Hellman with a good lead at first, being held on there. Becker takes a look. He'll come home with it. Pitch outside for a ball. One ball, no strikes through the catcher, Mazik. From the left side, Hellman gets a lead. Becker takes a look. Mazik didn't like the delay. He'll take time, back out, reset himself, make Becker reset on the mound as he was holding there, keeping an eye over there on Hellman at first base. Wartowski, the first baseman, holds on. Hellman looked like he was going to take off, hesitated, got back, dove in safely. Becker with a good move there. Mazik back in from the left side. Hellman gets a good lead at first. Becker throws back over. Mazik dives back in safely. Hellman gets a healthy lead at first. Becker looks, delivers the pitch. There goes Hellman. The ball gets away. It's in the dirt. Wild pitch there, but a stolen base for Hellman. There was no chance of getting him there. On the year, that'll be the 6th stolen base for Hellman. Now a runner in scoring position with no outs here in the top of the first. 2-0 the count to Mazik. Zachary in the box. The 2-0 pitch. It's low. Ball 3. Mazik way ahead in this at bat. Mazik comes into the ball game batting a gaudy .619 on the year. 6 RBIs. Has an opportunity here. Nice base hit. Score Hellman from second. The 3-0 pitch. And it's low. Ball 4. Mazik will take his base. That's his 9th walk of the year. Good job by the catcher, Mazik. Now the courtesy runner comes out for the catcher, Mazik. It's going to be number 23, Chance Faltasek, the junior. Faltasek, the courtesy runner. And that brings up the number 3 hitter in the lineup, E.J. Davis. The second baseman, he steps in from the right side wearing number 2. Runners at first and second. No outs here in the bottom of the first. Becker comes set. Square around a punt. Davis pulls it back. Pitch high for ball 1. 1-0 the count to E.J. Hellman down at second. Faltasek, the courtesy runner. Down at first. Wartowski's playing in a few steps, expecting the bunt. This pitch in, and it hits Davis, and now the bases are loaded, full of Eagles. No outs. Hellman down to third. Faltasek to second, and E.J. Davis aboard on a hit-by pitch. And that's going to be a timeout here from the Mustang coaching staff. They're going to go out and talk to Becker. Coming up to bat will be the cleanup hitter, the designated hitter, Landon Heil. Senior steps in. He'll go down, and they'll visit with Coach Pierre, and we'll take a quick timeout with them. You're listening to Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports. And the visit over for the Mustangs. Becker back to the stretch. Bases loaded. No outs here at the bottom of the first. The cleanup hitter, Heil aboard. Steps in from the right side. Takes a first pitch over the outside corner. 4-1. Landon Heil, the cleanup hitter tonight, batting in the DH spot. He steps in with a .417 average on the season. This pitch, the 0-1 pitch, is a ball. Evens up the count at 1-1 now. Good block there by the catcher, Roman. Keeping in front of him. The 1-1 pitch now to Heil. Low and outside. Good scoop off the turf by Roman. He looks up and you see him kind of push down. Calm down to Becker. Bring it back in. You're fine. Base is loaded, but a 2-1 count to the designated hitter, Landon Heil. Cleanup spot. Opportunity for some RBIs here for the junior designated hitter. Senior designated hitter. Heil takes a hack at this one. Fouls it off back to the backstop. I apologize. I had our field mic muted the whole time. We've got it down right by the net, and I apologize. Hopefully you guys can hear the sounds there. We've got it right down at the backstop. I heard that one in my ear. Should have heard it across the broadcast. Heil reaches out, grounds one down the first base line, but it's going to be played foul by Wartowski. Smart play there, no run allowed. And the Eagles will reset. 2-2 the count for Landon Heil. Eagles threatening here in the bottom of the first. Bases loaded, no outs. Becker will come set. A 2-2 pitch. Heil takes this one low in the turf. Good job by the catcher, Roman. Keep that in front of him. Any ball past him. Harmon, the speedy shortstop, down at third base. Ready to take advantage of any pass ball. Wild pitch. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Heil down on strikes for out number 1. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 25, Reese Bell. Bell steps in with a .370 batting average here in the season. One out here in the bottom of the first. Bases loaded. Bell, first pitch to him is low and in the turf. Good block by Roman. Sound like a broken record, but he is doing a great job behind the plate, keeping everything in front of him. A lot of pressure here early by the Eagles with the bases loaded. Only one out on that strikeout by Heil. Hellman down at third base. Fall to second, the courtesy runner for Mozick down at second. E.J. Davis hit by a pitch down at first base. This pitch just outside for ball 2 to Reese Bell. Bell back in from the right side. Becker from the stretch. Comes set, the 2-0 pitch. Low for ball 3. 3-0 the count. Logan Smith, the third baseman, on deck for the Eagles. Becker comes set. 3-0 count. One out. Bottom of the first. Bell ready to go. The pitch. Bell taking all the way. And it's in there for strike 1. 3-1 the count now for the first baseman, Reese Bell. .3-1 pitch, and Bell turns the shoulder and takes it in the back. That'll score the first run as Reese Bell hit by the pitch. Second hit batter here in the inning. Hellman comes in to score the first run of the ball game for the Eagles, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Logan Smith.
Next up for Georgetown, number 5, Logan
Smith steps in with a .263 batting average here on the season. He'll step in from the right side. Falls to second. Down at third. Davis down at second. Now Reese Bell at first. One out. First pitch. Smith takes it up for ball 1. Want to know the count to the third baseman, Smith. 0 for 3 last night in the ball game at Glenn. Steps in here. Takes a cut at this one. And a swing and a miss. Evens up things at 1-1. Little different look here. The pitcher eye camera. The view from behind the pitcher from center field. So enjoy tonight. The 1-1 pitch. Smith up the middle, but it hits the runner. It'll be a dead ball. Mozick or E.J. Davis will be out. No. trying to figure out what they're scoring that. It's a dead ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And now Smith grounds it over to second base. Up with it. The play to first is out. But E.J. Davis scores from third base. Second out of the inning. 4-3 on the putout. So 3 runs.
Next up for Georgetown Eagles, number 3.
So the run scored on the ball that hit E.J. Davis. He goes to third. It's a dead ball, and Logan goes back to bat. So he grounds over towards second base. 4-3 on the putout for out number 2, and another run scores. 3-0. The Eagles lead it. Stepping into bat here is the right fielder tonight, number 3, Ty Klaus Kissamore. He'll step in from the right side with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. First pitch taken for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Reese Bell, the runner down at third for the Eagles. This pitch low and outside for ball 1, evens up the count. Reese Bell down at third. 1-1 the count to Klaus Kissamore. He'll ground it to the right side, and it's through the hole between first and second. Klaus Kissamore with an RBI single as Reese Bell comes in to score. And the Eagles have a 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the first.
Next up for Georgetown, number 4, Wade Denton.
Wade Denton, the left fielder, steps in for his first at bat. The senior with a 200 batting average. Came in and pitched 3 beautiful innings in relief last night at Glenn to close it out. Takes the first pitch high and inside. Klaus Kissamore takes off to second. He'll slide in safely on the stolen base. His 4th stolen base of the year. And another runner in scoring position for the Eagles. Denton took the first pitch high and inside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. 4-0. Georgetown leads it. The pitch, swing and a miss. And the count evens up at 1 apiece on Wade Denton. Klaus Kissamore leads off second base. The pitch fouled off back to the screen by Denton. And the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes to the senior left fielder. Denton came on last night in relief in the 5th inning. Nick Nolan pitched a great game for the Eagles. And then Denton came in the 5th and faced 9 batters. 9 up, 9 down for the Grizzlies to close things out for the opening win in district play. This pitch high and inside evens out the count now. And 2-2. To the left fielder. Denton back in from the right side. Klaus Kissamore leads off second base. The 2-2 pitch just inside, just a little bit high. The umpire even there going to push his hands down there, giving Carter a signal. Just a little bit high. Or Becker, I apologize. And now it's a full count to the senior left fielder, Wade Denton. 3 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The payoff pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Off the pitcher, the shortstop up with it, makes a play over to first, but not in time. And here comes Klaus Kissamore, wide to hustle all the way around third base, and he scores safely the 5th run of the inning. And the Eagles running hard there with 2 outs. Klaus Kissamore took off on contact. Denton hustling down the line, gets the infield single. It went off the pitcher. The shortstop closed in on it. Carter makes the throw, but it wasn't in time. And Denton aboard, gets the RBI single there. And the Eagles a 5-0 lead here in the first inning. Now Denton takes off. The throw down not going to be in time as Denton slides in. That'll be Wade Denton's 2nd stolen base of the year. Stepping in here is the number 9 batter, the center fielder, Andon Petty. He's got a .364 batting average. He takes the first pitch for a ball. Second pitch driven into shallow left field. The left fielder, Atkinson, ranges over, makes the catch. And the Eagles send 9 men to the plate, and 5 of them come across the score here in the bottom of the first. 5 runs on 2 hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. After 1, it's 5-0 Georgetown over Marble Falls. Back with more Eagle baseball in just a moment. Jacob Haddon back on the mound for the Eagles for the top of the second inning. He faced 4 batters in the top of the first. He gave up a leadoff single. Carter then stole second base, but he was left stranded. 2 strikeouts and a ground ball to the third baseman for out number 3. In steps the catcher, Roman. Isaiah's Roman. Sophomore catcher steps in from the right side. The lefty Haddon. First pitch, a swing and a miss. And Roman 0-1 now on his first at bat. The 5th hitter in the Mustang lineup. Haddon from the windup. Swing and a miss. 4 strike 2, 0-2. Quickly ahead now is Haddon in the count to the catcher, Roman. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the second. Haddon from the windup, the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Haddon. And the first out recorded here in the top of the second inning. And then I'll bring up the pitcher, number 10, Jake Becker. Becker, the senior pitcher, steps in from the right side with 1 out here in the top of the second. First pitch, Becker squares the bunt but fouls it off back to the screen. 4 strike 1, 0-1 the count. The left fielder, Bryce Atkinson, on deck for the Mustangs. The 0-1 pitch, fouled off back to the screen by Becker, and he's quickly behind in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. Just misses on the outside corner. Nice pitch there with an 0-2 count by Haddon. You leave that one up to the umpire there. What a pitch by Haddon. Now the 1-2 pitch. Inside corner, strike 3 called. And Haddon with his 4th strikeout of the night. First one of the looking variety for out number 2 here in the second inning. The left fielder, Bryce Atkinson, steps in. He's a junior. He'll bat from the left side for the Mustangs with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Haddon with the delivery, swing and a miss for strike 1. Brady Elwartowski, the first baseman, on deck for the Mustangs. Haddon from the windup, the 0-1 pitch. And a ground ball, or a shot, kind of a liner, just past the head of Haddon for a base hit. Atkinson gets the 2-out single. Second hit of the ball game for the Mustangs. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Elwartowski. Brady is a junior. He'll bat from the left side. Throws left, bats left for the Mustangs. First pitch fouled off. 4-1 to Elwartowski. Second base runner of the ball game for the Mustangs here in the top of the second. Leadoff single in the top of the first, and now a 2-out single here in the top of the second by Atkinson. Elwartowski fouls one off back towards the Mustang dugout for strike two. 0-2 the count now to the first baseman. Haddon from the stretch. He'll come set, take a look over at Atkinson at first. Delivers home the 0-2 pitch. Inside, Elwartowski kind of thought he was going to get hit the way he turned back and looked. But it's just inside for ball one. Good location on a 0-2 pitch there for Haddon. Now it's a 1-2 count with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Elwartowski crowds the plate, the 1-2 pitch. Misses on the outside for ball two. 2-2 now the count to the big first baseman, Brady Elwartowski. Haddon, 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. No, it gets away from the catcher. They're going to call a foul tip. So Elwartowski stays alive in the at-bat on the foul ball. I thought he missed it. It just got away from Mazik, but they called it foul ball. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss here. And another strikeout for Harmon. That ends the top of the second for the Mustangs. No runs on one hit, no errors, and one runner left on base. After 1.5, it's 5-0. The Eagles over the Mustangs. Back in a moment with more Eagle baseball on SHN Sports. Go to the bottom of the second inning, a 5-0 lead for your Eagles. 5 runs in the top of the first. And now we go back to the top of the lineup. Now all 9 batters faced off against Becker. In inning number 1, Hellman leads it back off. His first pitch and his second at bat is high for ball 1. Hellman 1 for 1 in the ball game. Had a base hit up the middle to lead things off. Came around to score a run, stole a base. Second pitch outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count to Hellman. This pitch inside. He moves out of the way and takes it for ball 3. 3 hits in the top of the first for the Eagles. A couple of batters hit by a pitch. A walk. Some aggressive base running. Led to the 5 runs for the Eagles. The 3-0 pitch from Becker to Hellman. He's taken all the way. Takes it in there for strike 1. 3-1 the count. to the junior shortstop, Eli Hellman. The 3-1 pitch, ground ball up the middle. Gets past the second baseman, Curtis, for the Mustangs. And Hellman, a 2-for-2 night. Leads off the second inning the same way he did the first with a base hit. His second of the ball game. And that brings up the catcher, Zachary Mazik, number 19. He'll step in from the left side. Mazik took a walk in his first at-bat. Came around to score a run via the courtesy runner kind. Faltasek running there for Mazik, the catcher, is the courtesy runner. First pitch to Mazik. It's outside for ball one. Commentators down at the field mic Forest. Pitch just outside for ball one to Mazik. Steps back in. Becker from the stretch. The 1-0 pitch fouled off down the third base line, out of play. And it evens up the count at 1-1 to Zach Mazik. Mazik still sits at 6:19 on the year. Quick move for Becker back over to first. Hellman dives in safely. Mazik back in. Hellman leads off first. Elwartowski holds him on there. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and there goes Hellman on the attempted stolen base. He's going to be caught stealing there for the third time in the season. Hellman's picked off. Caught stealing. Nice throw there by Roman. 2-6 on the pickoff. Or the putout. The 1-2 pitch. Mazik swings and misses. It's in the dirt. Roman comes up with it. Fires down to Elwartowski for the putout. 2 quick outs now in the inning. Strikeout. Drop third strike. 2-3 in the book. For out number 2, and that'll bring up E.J. Davis. Davis hit by a pitch in the first inning. Steps in here. Came around to score a run as well. Swing and a miss at this pitch. 0-1 to count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. 5-3 your score. 5-0 your score. As I looked at the scoreboard, I saw the 3 hits. Ground ball up the middle by Davis. Second baseman makes a play on it. Fires the first. And Elwartowski is able to stay on the bag according to the field umpire. Davis is going to stay on the base here. The field ump's going to come down as the home plate umpire moved down the line. Looked like Elwartowski might have pulled his foot according to the first base coaching box. They're going to call him safe. What a job there by the coaching staff paying attention for the Eagles. E.J. Davis hustled the throw from the second baseman. Curtis pulled Elwartowski off as he went kind of stretching out towards right field. And so the Mustangs back to the field. There's 2 outs, and that'll bring up Landon Heil, the designated hitter in tonight's ball game. The senior steps back in. Struck out swinging in his first at-bat, 0-for-1 on the night. So it's going to be an error, the first error of the ball game. E4 on the throwing error. Allows Davis to get aboard. Heil steps back in from the right side with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Runner down at first, E.J. Davis. Becker takes a look, fires home, and a foul ball off of himself for strike 1. 0-1 to count to the senior Heil. The 0-1 pitch and a driven shot. Line drive into center field. Davis around second base. He'll take off for third. Heil takes off for second, stops and comes back. 2-out single for Landon Heil has runners on the corners. And that brings up Reese Bell, the first baseman. He was hit by a pitch in his first at bat. came around to score the 4th run of the inning for the Eagles. Nice shot there by Landon Heil. E.J. Davis off and running. The crack of the bat with 2 outs. Gets to 3rd. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Reese Bell from the right side. The first pitch to him. Inside for ball 1. The throw down. And it's going to get away from the second baseman, Curtis, into shallow left field. That will bring Davis in to score from 3rd base. Give the stolen base there to Landon Heil. Advances on the throwing error. Second error of the inning. That'll be charged to the catcher, Roman, as he threw it short. Curtis unable to field it on the short hop, and it goes into shallow left field. E.J. Davis scores the 6th run of the ball game. And Landon Heil moves up to 3rd base. 0-1 the count to Reese Bell. The 0-1 pitch from Becker. Low one outside. Skips in there. Nice block by Roman. 2-0 the count now to Reese Bell. Reese Bell's going to take a timeout. Back out of the box. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. 6-0 your score. The 2-0 pitch. Bell grounds it down the 3rd baseline. Deep, fielded by the 3rd baseman. The throw across, not in time. Bell gets it. He'll circle and head to 2nd base as it hit off of him. And Reese Bell moves ahead to 2nd base. Landon Heil scores. Nice play there by the 3rd baseman, Zamarripa, but the throw deep in the down the 3rd base line, almost to the outfield grass. He fielded it and tried to throw it as hard as he could. Reese Bell chugging down the line. Give him the infield single, advances after the ball kind of hits off of him. 7-0 your score. And in steps Logan Smith, the 3rd baseman. He grounded out to 2nd base, 4 and out in his first at bat. 0 for 1 on the night. Takes the first pitch for a ball. 1-0 the count to Logan Smith. Back in from the right side. Becker with the 1-0 pitch. Low for ball 2. Roman blocks it. Reese Bell unable to advance there. Two and 0 the count to Logan Smith. Becker takes a look back towards 2nd. He'll come home with it. And Smith fouls it off down the right field line. El Wartowski made a long run for it, but unable to get to it as it bounces in foul territory for a long strike. 2-1 the count to Logan Smith. The 2-1 pitch to Smith. Ground ball down the 3rd base line, but it is foul. Zamarripa laid out there for it, but it was in foul territory all the way down the left field line. So it evens out the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes to Logan Smith. That pitch went behind Logan Smith. Full count now to the 3rd baseman. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 2nd. 7-0 your score. The Eagles lead it over Marble Falls. The payoff pitch to Logan Smith. Low and outside, ball 4, and Logan Smith draws a 2-out walk. 2 runners aboard now. And that brings up the right fielder, Ty Klaus Kissamore. He's 1 for 1 in the ball game with a stolen base, scored a run. He drove a base hit in between 1st and 2nd base into right field in his first at bat. Steps in here with 2 outs, 2 runners aboard. 1st and 2nd, Reese Bell down at 2nd. Smith at 1st. First pitch to Klaus Kissamore, inside for ball 1. Becker comes set from the stretch. The 1-0 pitch outside, ball 2. 2-0 now. To the senior right fielder, Ty Klaus-Kisselmore. That 276 average on the year up a little bit now after the base hit in the top of the first. Steps in here with the 2-0 count, 2 outs in the bottom of the second, and drives it into right field. We'll see if it gets down, and it does in front of the right fielder. That'll be another base hit for Ty. And now bases loaded. Nice play there by the right fielder, Cochran. Fields it on a hop and fires it in to Roman at home plate. Reese Bell held up at third, and now bases loaded again for the Eagles. Now here in the top or bottom of the second, Klaus-Kisselmore goes with the pitch. Sends it into shallow right field for his second hit of the ball game. That brings up Wade Denton. He's 1 for 1 on the night. He had a single in the top of the first. Left stranded on base. Takes the first pitch here for a ball. 1-0 the count. 7-0. 5 runs in the first, 2 in the second here for the Eagles, and they threaten with 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch from Becker. Slapped foul between third base and Coach Vieira's coaching box down the third base line. 4 strike 1 to Wade Denton. Denton in left field tonight. Klaus-Kisselmore moved over to right. Haddon came in to pitch tonight. He was in the outfield last night for the Eagles over at Glenn High School. Denton steps back in and he drives it into left field. Left fielder on the run. Atkinson will take it. And deep left field. Nice contact there by Denton. And the Eagles finish off the second inning there. Nice hit by Denton, or nice contact there. But Atkinson read it and ran it down. But not before the Eagles got 2 more runs on the board. They got 2 runs on 3 hits. Couple of Mustang errors and 3 runners left on base. We go to the top of the third. 7-0 your score. The Eagles lead it over Marble Falls. Back with more Eagle baseball in just a second. Go to the top of the third. 7-0 your score. The Eagles lead it over the Mustangs. Haddon on to pitch. First pitch in there for strike 1 to Curtis. The 0-1 pitch, low for ball 1, evens out the count. 1-1. Curtis, the second baseman, steps in for his first at bat here in the bottom of the or top of the third. The 1-1 pitch fouled off back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Jacob Haddon, the senior left-handed pitcher. First out of the inning. We go to the top of the lineup. Shortstop Carter steps in. He's 1 for 1 on the night. He has the leadoff hit in the top of the first. Stole second. Was left stranded. He'll ground it to the shortstop Hellman. Hellman up with it. Fires across the diamond to Reese Bell for the putout. 6-3 in the book if you're keeping score. And there's 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the third for the Mustangs.
Number 12.
6 strikeouts so far here in the ball game for Jacob Haddon. In steps Nikowski. He hits it up the middle off Haddon's glove. That'll be an infield single. As Nikowski gets down the line quickly. Third hit of the ball game for the Mustangs. Nikowski had struck out in his first at-bat, swinging. Now down at first base. Haddon nonchalantly throws over. Nikowski has to dive back. Stepping in is the right fielder, Cochran. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Struck out swinging in the top of the first. Haddon with a little more zip on that pickoff attempt over to first base to Bell. Nikowski dives back in safely. 2 outs here in the top of the third. And they got him now in a pickle. Nikowski takes off. Bell down to the shortstop. But Hellman doesn't hold on to the ball. It's off his glove, and Nikowski's safe there. They had him. An opportunity to pick him off as Nikowski had taken off. He advances to second base there. So now 2 outs and a runner at second base. Scoring position for the Mustangs. Still no pitch here in this at-bat to Cochran. Haddon comes set from the stretch, fires the first pitch, and it's fouled down the first base line. Reese Bell gives chase, but it's going to curl out of play into the grassy knoll for a long strike. 0-1 to count. To the right fielder, Cochran. Nikowski leads off second base. Haddon stares in, gets the pitch, comes set. The lefty. Took his time there. As Davis had checked back towards the bag, and so Cochran takes time, steps out, resets. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the third. 7-0, Georgetown leads it. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to third base. Logan Smith up with it. A fired rocket across the diamond to Reese Bell for the putout. And the Mustangs are down here in the top of the third. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. After 2.5 innings, 7-0, Georgetown leads it over Marble Falls. Back in a moment with more baseball here on SHN Sports. Center fielder Nikowski comes in to pitch for the Marble Falls Mustangs. So we'll see where the changes are made for the Mustangs. See where else they moved there. Someone had to go out to center field. So we'll check on it and see if we can figure out who went out to center field. But Nikowski now the pitcher here in the bottom of the third inning. Zamarripa still down.
Next up for Georgetown, number 16, Brandon Petty.
Petty will lead things off here. In the bottom of the third. It looks like the pitcher Becker went to second base. If that's true, then Curtis, number 17, moved somewhere else. The meeting at the mound for the Mustangs. So we'll try to get that figured out here. Becker down to second base for the Mustangs. Nikowski into pitch. The first pitch to Petty is up for a ball. 1-0 count to the center fielder, Petty. That one's in there for a strike. Nikowski works from the stretch, takes his time getting the sign from the catcher. This pitch outside, gets back to the screen. Two and one to count now to the center fielder, Petty. This pitch misses for ball three. 3-1 now the count to the senior, Andon Petty. 364 batting average on the year. 0 for 1 in the ball game. Flew out to the left fielder, Atkinson, in the top, or bottom of the first. This pitch in there for strike two. So now a full count to the center fielder, Andon Petty. No outs here in the bottom of the third. Ground ball hit towards shortstop. Shortstop up with it, throws across in time for the putout. 6-3 on the putout by the shortstop, Carter. First out of the inning for the Eagles. Takes us back to the top of the lineup. Hellman steps in. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game. Stole a base in the first inning, came around to score, caught stealing in the second. Steps in here, 2 for 2 in the ball game. One out in the top of the third, 7-0. The Eagles lead it. And a ground ball towards third base, fielded by Zamarripa. He'll fire across and in time. 5-3 on the putout to retire Hellman. And that'll bring up the catcher, Zachary Mazik. Mazik 0 for 1 on the night, struck out swinging in the second inning, walked in the first, came around to score a run via the courtesy runner in Chance Falsasek. Mazik will step in from the left side with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. First pitch misses for ball one. 1-0 the count to Mazik. pitch close. Inside for ball 2. Evan Nikowski, the sophomore, came in from center field. Took the mound here in the top or bottom of the third for the Mustangs. This pitch misses high and outside for ball 3. Now a 3-0 count to the catcher Mazik for the Eagles. Mazik back in the box. 3-0, 2 outs. The pitch from Nikowski. It's in there for strike 1. Mazik taking all the way. 3-1 count now to your catcher, Zach Mazik. The 3-1 pitch. It's up for ball 4, and Mazik draws a 2-out walk for the Eagles, and that'll bring up the second baseman, E.J. Davis. Mazik will come out. Chance fall to sec will courtesy run for the catcher with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. 7-0. The Eagles lead it. 5 runs in the first, 2 in the second. Now E.J. Davis steps in. He's 0 for 1 on the night. Scored 2 runs. Hit by a pitch in his first at bat. Then reached on an error by the second baseman, Curtis. Last inning. Trying to pick off Faltasek. He dives back safely. Faltasek leads off first. The pitch gets away from Roman. It was low and in the turf. Ball 1 to E.J. Davis. Landon Heil, the designated hitter, on deck for the Eagles. The Eagles doing 2-out work here in this ball game. Both runs came after 2 outs in the second inning. 1 run came after the second out in the first inning. 3 of the 7 runs coming with 2 outs. That pitch got away from Nikowski high and inside for ball 2. 2-0 the count to the second baseman, Davis. Quick pickoff attempt. Faltasek dives back in safely. Nikowski comes set from the stretch. Faltasek takes off. This one's low. Roman's going to throw down, but it's going to be wide of the second baseman into center field. Faltasek's going to get up, and he's taking off for third base, and he's going to slide in safely. So give the second stolen base to Faltasek. Then a throwing error on the catcher, Roman, allows Faltasek to advance to third. More pressure being applied here with 2 outs by the Eagles tonight. Third error of the ball game on the Mustangs. And a 4-pitch walk to E.J. Davis. Another 2-out walk issued by Nikowski. And that brings up Landon Heil, the designated hitter. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. A line drive into center field in his last at bat. Stole second base, advanced to third on the throwing error by Roman. Came around to score second run of the inning last inning. Struck out swinging the first, so 1 for 2 in the ball game. Steps back in here with 2 outs at the bottom of the third. Runners on the corners. There goes the runner, Davis. He's going to safely steal second base. No throw from Roman with the runner, Faltasek, down at first. So now 2 runners in scoring position for the designated hitter, Landon Heil. First pitch is the ball. 1-0 the count. Swing and a miss. Evens up the count at 1 apiece. To Heil. Base hit here for Heil will score 2 runs, make it a 9-0 game if Landon Heil can stay hot. The 1-1 pitch inside for ball 2. Almost hit that left elbow there. The 2-1 pitch, ground ball down the third base line, but it's going to trickle foul. Zamarripa will grab it foul territory. And the count evens out now, 2-2 on the designated hitter, Landon Heil. .417 batting average coming into the ball game. It's got to be a little bit higher now. He currently sits at 500 on the night, 1 for 2. Currently has 7 RBIs on the season. An opportunity for 2 more here for the base hit. The 2-2 pitch is up for ball 3. So the full count now to the designated hitter, Heil. Fall to second. Courtesy runner down at third. E.J. Davis down at second. Nikowski comes set. The 3-2 pitch outside, ball 4. And Landon Heil draws another 2-out walk, the third of the inning for the Eagles, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Reese Bell. Bell 1 for 1 on the night, hit by a pitch in his first at bat in the first inning. Comes around to score. Now Coach Porter comes out of the dugout to talk to the home plate umpire, having a discussion up the first base line there. Base is full of Eagles with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the third inning. Now the home plate umpire will come across and talk to Coach Vieira. So they're saying it was only 3 balls, not a walk. So now the count will be 3 balls, 2 strikes to Landon Heil. So another opportunity here. If he can get himself a pitch to hit. Add to this run total for the Eagles. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the third, bases load, or 2 runners on. The 3-2 pitch, and Heil fouls it off of himself, stays alive in the at-bat. Three balls, 2 strikes. Heil back in from the right side. Nikowski, the right-handed pitcher from the stretch. Davis off second. Fall to second off third. The 3-2 pitch. Ground ball. 2 fouled off down the third base side. Landon Heil, the good bat here. Next pitch will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat for the designated hitter. Heil back in from the right side. The payoff pitch. This one skips in. It gets away from the catcher. Valtasek will scramble back. Came off of the padding. Good, nice bounce there for Roman, the catcher. So the Eagles unable to score on the wild pitch. But Landon Heil does end up drawing the walk. He's down to first base.
Next up for Georgetown, number 25, Reese Bell.
Reese Bell. Now we'll go back to Reese Bell. He steps in with the bases loaded. 1 for 1 on the night. Hit by a pitch. Came around to score run in the first inning. Base hit down the third baseline. Takes this pitch for a ball. 3 2-out walks for the Eagles. Mozick, E.J. Davis, and Landon Heil all walk with 2 outs to load the bases here for Reese Bell. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch. It's in there for a strike. 1-1 the count to Reese Bell. The 1-1 pitch, and Bell pops it up down the right field line. The first baseman plays it back, and it's going to fall in between the first baseman and the right fielder. 2 runners coming to score with 2 outs. Reese Bell gets the base hit. Valtasek and E.J. Davis both scored, now at 9-0. The Eagles lead it over the Mustangs. Landon Heil all the way over to third base. That'll bring up the third baseman, Logan Smith, 0 for 1 in the ball game. Grounded out to second in his first plate appearance. Walked in the second inning. Left stranded. Now a base hit into left field for Logan Smith. He picks up his first hit of the night on an RBI as well as Landon Heil comes in to score. Reese Bell up to second, and the Eagles take a 10-0 lead now over the Mustangs. Nice line drive shot into left field for Logan Smith.
Next up, number 3, Ty Klaus Kismore.
Ty Klaus Kismore up to bat now. He's 2 for 2 on the night, 2 singles, both to right field. Takes the first pitch from Nikowski inside. I apologize. Inside for ball 1. So Logan Smith 1 for 2 on the night. Down at first base. Reese Bell at second. Ty Klaus Kismore takes the second pitch high and inside for ball 2. A single in the first. Into right field for Klaus Kismore. Stole second base, came around to score. Single into right field, the more of the line drive Texas Leaguer variety. Fell in front of the right fielder, Cochran, for a base hit in the second inning. And Kismore was left stranded there to end the bottom of the second. Steps in here with 2 outs. The 2-0 pitch, ground ball up the middle, and off a diving shortstop into center field. Another base hit. Reese Bell around third. He'll score. Here comes Logan Smith all the way from first. He'll score. And on the throw from center field, Klaus Kismore moves up to second base. 12-0. The Eagles lead it over the Marble Falls Mustangs. Ty 3 for 3 on the night. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop Carter laid out for it, just could not get to it. A base hit there for Ty. He's down at second with 2 outs. And Wade Denton steps in. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Base hit, a single in the first inning. Left stranded at first base, and then flew out to the left fielder. Atkinson takes this pitch for strike 1 in this at bat. Denton gave it a ride on the shot to left field in the bottom of the second, but Atkinson read it, made the long run, and hauled it in for the third out. This pitch low for ball 1. Klaus Kismore scrambles back to second base. Good block there by Roman. Count evens out at 1 ball and 1 strike. 5 runs across here in the third inning, all with 2 outs. The Eagles doing good work with 2 outs tonight here in the ball game. A 12-0 lead. Swing and a miss. And Denton behind in the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Klaus Kismore leads off second. Nikowski delivers the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball towards third. Third baseman up with it, bobbles it, now comes back up with it. It'll be an error on the third baseman. Wade Denton reaches base. Logan Smith. Logan Smith already scored. Klaus Kismore moves up to third base. So another base runner on the error by the third baseman. And now Petty comes up for his second at bat here in the third inning, but not before a discussion with the Mustang coaching staff. They'll have a meeting at the mound, and we'll take a break. 12-0 your score. Georgetown leads it here in the bottom of the third. Back with more Eagle baseball in just a second. Petty steps back in from the right side. 0 for 2 in the ball game. Fly out to Atkinson in left field. Pickoff attempt there as Denton dives back in safely at first base. And then a ground out to start off things here in the bottom of the third for Petty. Grounded out to the shortstop. First pitch inside for ball 1. 10th batter of the inning for the Eagles. Runners on the corners, 2 outs, the 1-0 pitch. And a ball sent into left field. Atkinson backs up, now comes in a few steps, makes the catch. And the Eagles go down here in the third, but not before they put up 5 more runs. 12-0 your score. The Eagles lead it. In that inning, they got 5 runs on 3 base hits, 3 Mustang errors, and 2 runners left on base. We go to the top of the 4th, 12-0. Mustangs coming up to bat, trailing by 12. You're listening to Eagle Baseball on SHN. We go to the top of the 4th inning. In steps the third baseman, Zamarripa, for his second at bat. Haddon sends the pitch in, a shot to left field. On the run, Wade Denton. He returns the favor and chases one down for out number 1. Nice rip there by the third baseman, Zamarripa, but F7 in the book for out number 1. That'll bring up the catcher, number 4, Isaiah Roman. Struck out swinging in his first at bat to lead off the second inning. Steps in here, 0 for 1 in the ball game. Haddon still on the mound for the Eagles. First pitch popped up on the infield. Reese Bell comes down the first base line, calls off the pitcher Haddon and makes the catch for out number 2. P3 in the book for out number 2, and that'll bring up the number 10, Jake Becker, I believe now at second base. As Nikowski went to the mound there in the bottom half of the third. Becker steps in from the right side. Haddon's first pitch up high for ball 1. Strikeout looking in his first at bat, 0 for 1 on the night, is Jake Becker. Senior for the Mustangs. Takes his pitch in there for strike 1. Evens out the count at 1-1. Jacob Haddon, the senior pitcher, wasting no time from the windup. The 1-1 pitch just off the outside corner for a ball. 2-1 to count. Nice job there by Zach Mazok, trying to frame it and get that corner strike called just a bit outside. 2-1 to count. Haddon delivers inside for ball 3. My book is correct. It's the first time Haddon has got to a 3-ball count on any Mustang hitter here in the ball game. Quickly back on the mound and ready. The 3-1 pitch. He's in there for strike 2. Full count here with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Becker back in from the right side. Haddon ready to go. And Haddon delivers the payoff pitch. Foul ball back out of play over the right side grandstand. Jake Becker stays alive in the at-bat. The Mustangs have had 1 base runner in each of the 3 innings. Strikeout looking. Jacob Haddon goes right after Becker and gets the strikeout. No base runners here for the Mustangs. They go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base after 3.5. It's still 12-0. Georgetown leads it over Marble Falls. Back with more Eagle Baseball in just a moment. Back here at the Eagle Field, the campus of Georgetown, Texas. 12-0 your score as we go to the bottom of the fourth. The only substitution we have for the Mustangs, just some movement around in positions. Jake Becker last inning went to second base. The center fielder, Nikowski, came into pitch. The left fielder, Atkinson, moved over to center field. And the senior outfielder, Jet Zarita, went into play left field for the Mustangs, replacing the second baseman, Kyle Curtis. Curtis comes out, so Zarita in for Curtis in the lineup in the number 9 slot. But he'll be in left field as Becker left the mound and went to second base. So now some substitutions here for your Eagles. See who is batting here.
Batting next to your Georgetown Eagles, Brady Peter.
Now, in to hit for Harmon will be number 18, Brady Peters. So here in the bottom of the fourth inning, number 18, Peters, in to bat. As the umpire goes over to update the substitutions, there may be more to add. Can't see if the on-deck hitter is number 2, Mazik. It looks like it's number 7, Chance Pernica, and he'll be on deck for the Eagles. So the 1, 2, and 3 slots due up in the Eagle lineup here in the bottom of the fourth. The first batter will be the junior, Brady Peters, number 18. He comes in with a .500 average. Steps in from the right side in his first at-bat here of the night in the fourth inning. Nikowski still on the mound. From the stretch, fires the first pitch inside, ball 1 to Peters. 1-0 the count for Brady Peters. The 1-0 pitch outside and low. Gets to the backstop. 2-0 count now. To the junior. Listed as a utility player. Come in and play for Harmon. Takes the pitch over the outside corner for strike 1. 2-1 the count now to Peters. The pitch in. Peters drives it towards the shortstop on the ground. He's up with it. Fires across. 6-3 on the putout for out number 1 here in the bottom half of the fourth. And that'll bring up the second substitution. Chance Pernica, the junior catcher.
Next up for Georgetown, number 7, Chance Pernica.
In place of the catcher, Zachary Mazik. Pernica from the right side. Steps in with a .333 batting average here in the season. Takes his first pitch on the outside half of the plate for strike 1. 12-0 the score, Georgetown. 5 runs in the first, 2 in the second, 5 in the third. All 5 hit runs in the third inning on with 2 outs. As Pernica takes this pitch low and outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count now. Just a reminder, March 22nd, First Responder Military Appreciation Night here at the Eagle Field. More than anything, it gave me a chance to give a shout-out to my boys. Doppler Dave, the captain. And Engine 3, Georgetown Fire Department, one of the finest firefighters out there. Good buddy, one of our sidekicks here in the booth for Georgetown Eagle football and baseball. Out on the engine tonight. Dave, be safe, you and your troops. Pernica takes this one on the outside half for strike 2. 2-2 the count. And also to the other sidekick, Kelly Duvall, the retired lieutenant from the Georgetown PD. Traveling home tonight. Pernica takes this one outside. Ball 3. Full count now. To Chance Pernica. In here for his first at bat. In place of Zachary Mazik. Pernica steps back in for the full count pitch from Nikowski. Line drive right to the shortstop. Carter, L6 in the book for out number 2. And that'll bring up the second baseman, E.J. Davis.
Next up for Georgetown, number 2, E.J. Davis.
Shout out. Thanks, Dave. Chance Pernicka's father, a DPS trooper. Special shout out to him. Opportunity to pay respects to him and all the other first responders and military members, veterans, and the like next week here on the 22nd. First pitch in there for a strike on Davis. The 0-1 pitch fouled off back into the catcher, Roman. 4 strike 2. 0-2 quickly now to E.J. Davis. E.J. 0 for 1 in the ball game. Hit by a pitch in his first at bat. Walked in his third at bat. Reached on an error. Has come around to score 3 runs in the ball game. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and E.J. Davis down on strikes. The Eagles go in order for the first time in the ball game. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base after 4 full innings. 12-0, Georgetown leads it. We'll be back. Talk a little more about the military appreciation first. I'll get it all together. Military appreciation and first responder night in just a moment. You're listening to Eagle Baseball on SHN. Go to the top of the 5th inning, 12-0 your score. I believe the Mustangs have got to put up at least 2 or 3 here. Well, we'll call this a run roll ball game and be out of here on a Thursday night. Klaus Kisselmore moves in to pitch for the Eagles. Chance Pernicka behind the plate for the Eagles. In at third base, Nick Silva, the senior infielder, number 9. He comes in place of Logan Smith down at third base. Hellman back on the field at shortstop. So it looked like Brady Peters just with the pinch hit. Hellman back in. Some changes in the outfield. We'll have to see who it is because Klaus Kisselmore came out. Went to the mound to pitch here in the top half of the 5th. Batting for the Mustangs, leading it off is Atkinson. Takes the first pitch from Klaus Kisselmore for a strike. 0-1 to count. Atkinson 1 for 1 on the night. His only at bat, hit a base hit right up the middle. Past the head of Haddon. Back in the second inning, left stranded on the base pass there. Steps in 1 for 1 on the night from the right side. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball out to second base. Up with it is E.J. Davis. Fires to Bell at first base. 4-3 on the putout. And 1 out here in the top half of the 5th for the Mustangs. Brady Elwartowski steps in, the left-handed first baseman for his second at-bat. He struck out swinging back in the second inning. For the Mustangs, steps in here from the left side. Klaus Kisselmore comes set, swing and a miss on the first pitch to Elwartowski. 0-1 now the count. Elwartowski holds off and takes that pitch for strike 2. March 22nd, you got everything in place to be here and enjoy the night. Military First Responder Appreciation Night. Free for those members of the community. An opportunity for these boys and these fans to pay their respect and to honor you and your sacrifices each day. This pitch just outside for ball 1. 1-2 the count now to Elwartowski. But more importantly, the Battle of San Gabriel, the first edition of the baseball season. The Eastview Patriots will come in to play against the Georgetown Eagles, and what a way for those two teams to honor our first responders and our military members. It's one thing we love to do here at SHN. Each and every game after the national anthem is just thanking our military and first responders for everything they do. They allow us to have our fun at home. People like Dave out there on the streets tonight, the firemen keeping us safe. Ball just outside. Count evened up at 2-2 now. To L. Wartowski, one out here in the top half of the fifth, trailing by 12. The Mustangs got to make something happen to keep this ball game alive for themselves. The pitch up and out for ball three. Now a full count to L. Wartowski. But come on out, enjoy us. It'll be a 7 o'clock start on the 22nd of March. Tuesday night, live here from Eagle Field. This pitch looking, what a pitch by Klaus Kissamore. A couple of up and away pitches, and now he comes in with a tight fastball on the inside corner and strikes out El Wartowski looking for out number 2. That'll bring up the left fielder in his first at bat. He's been in the last couple of innings, Jet Zarita. He'll step in for his first at bat. He went into left field earlier in the ball game when Nikowski came in to pitch. He takes the first pitch in time for ball 1. Yes, you did, Dave. Yes, you did. The 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2 now to Jet Zarita, the name of the night. Remember that name. I love that name, Jet Zarita. A senior outfielder for the Mustangs. The 2-0 pitch, ground ball up the middle. There is Hellman. Comes up with it, fires across the bell for the putout. 6-3 in the books. That's the ball game, folks. The Eagles are victorious, 12-0 over the Marble Falls Mustangs. And another good job by the Eagles. They moved to 11-1 on the year, 3-0 or 2-0 in district play to start off the season. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll come back, give you some quick stats and a sign-off here on a beautiful Thursday night. The Eagles victorious over the Marble Falls Mustangs, 12-0. Back here to wrap it up on SHN in just a moment. What a ball game, folks. The Georgetown Eagles moved to 2-0 in district play. A 12-0 win over the Marble Falls Mustangs. Here at home in the home district opener. And a pitching performance to be proud of. Jacob Haddon dealing for the Georgetown Eagles. He pitched the first 4 innings, only allowed 3 hits. Never allowed a runner past second base. Didn't walk anybody. Struck out 7. Then in the 5th inning, Ty Klaus Kissamore. I tell you what, you want to give somebody a player of the game. Haddon on the pitching side, on the offensive side, and all around. Ty Klaus Kissamore had a ball game for himself. He played center field to start things out, but went 3 for 3 from the plate. And then came in to close things out in the top of the 5th inning. 3 up, 3 down with a strikeout as well. So Ty Klaus Kissamore had a great game. Jacob Haddon had one on the mound as well. But a lot of good things. I was going to be interested to talk to Coach Vieira before the next game against Eastview on Tuesday night here at Eagle Field. But a lot of runs and a lot of activity for these Eagles offensively, coming with 2 outs. And that's a big component to just being a tough out. You get those 2 outs, but can extend innings with 2 outs. 5 runs in the 3rd inning, all coming after 2 outs in the inning to happen. And so you got to love the bats being in motion, the players hustling, some of the plays being beat out, forcing bad throws. And that's what happened. 12 runs on 10 hits, no errors for the Eagles. No runs, 3 hits, and 4 errors for the Mustangs. 2 ball games under the belt in district play. 12 errors for the opponents of the Eagles. 8 last night by the Glen Grizzlies, 4 tonight by the Mustangs. And so putting pressure on them, running, hustling balls out. And so good effort here by the Eagles as they improve to 2-0 in district play. Hellman, the leadoff batter tonight, the shortstop. He went 2 for 3, scored a run. Mozick went 0 for 1, but was walked twice, scored 2 runs. E.J. Davis 0 for 2, but scored 3 runs. Was hit by a pitch, reached on an error, and then a walk, and struck out in his last at-bat. Landon Heil, the designated hitter, 1 for 2, also with a walk, scored 2 runs. Reese Bell, the first baseman, he went 2 for 2 tonight. He was walked. Or correction, he was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat, not walked. He went 2 for 2, scored 2 runs. Logan Smith, 1 for 2. He was walked, scored a run. Ty Klaus Kissamore, 3 for 3, scored a run, stole a base. Ended the ball game on the mound in the 5th inning. Had a great game for himself. Wade Denton, the left fielder tonight, went 1 for 3. And then Petty went 0 for 3 for the Eagles, manning center field so well as he did, especially last night. Many balls hit out to Petty. The Eagles victorious again. They moved to 11-1 overall, 2-0 in district play. Join us Tuesday night here at Eagle Field on the campus of Georgetown, Texas. What we at SHN have termed and titled the Battle of the San Gabriel. The Eastview Patriots will be here, but more importantly, come out and let us honor you. First responders, our military, our veterans, please come out. Enjoy a baseball game, a beautiful baseball game between the 2 high schools here representing Georgetown Independent School District, and be recognized and appreciated on that night, especially just for you. And please come join us and just enjoy the atmosphere. 2 beautiful games back-to-back here on spring break. We get a break until Tuesday night, but it's going to be live here on the SHN if you can't join us. 6:45 first pitch, 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock first pitch. We'll have it here for you on SHN. Come join us. Military First Responder Appreciation Night. To all our first responders out there, please be safe tonight on the streets, doing what you do and allowing us to do what we do and having so much fun in it. Dave, my partner out there on the streets, on the fire engine, be safe. You guys out there tonight, to all our officers here in Georgetown, law enforcement, first responders, medical personnel, thank you for what you do. Have a good night, everybody, and remember, it doesn't cost you one dime to be kind. Have a good night.